Battlefield 3 beta review. Archaic Zeus 5.5 out of 10. I downloaded the beta a little late. Got to play it a lot though. Pre-ordered both Call of Duty and Battlefield. And of course there's a bunch of controversies between everyone, but you can't really do much about that. Battlefield is very different, Call of Duty is very different. Call of Duty is a bit more of an arcade shooter, Battlefield's a bit more of a realistic shooter, I guess. To a point. They're both video games, they're both first-person shooters. But controversies aside, I'm not here to talk about the controversy between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I'm here to talk about the Battlefield 3 beta. I personally liked the beta. I enjoyed it after a while. It took me a couple days for it, to warm up to it. The map the console users are restricted to, Operation Metro, is a Call of Duty-esque map in the fact that it's very run-and-gun, very whatever. I don't really know how to describe it. It's definitely not a Battlefield map, though. It's not a classic Battlefield map. And that kind of bothered me. It was just kind of there. And I was definitely not a fan of it. That's for damn sure. PC users got to play Caspian Border. I wish I played Caspian Border, because that was the huge map with jets, helicopters, tanks, you name it. It was great. It looked great, at least. A couple things they added to it would be the advanced cover destruction system. I mean, things actually are just being destroyed. They're not just going in a vanish of smoke and dust. The attachments, just like the flashlight, light flash, the suppressing fire, and really quite an amazing lighting system. I was very impressed with DICE's lighting system. There are a bunch of other things that make the game unique, but if you play any other Battlefield game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can unlock attachments by playing certain guns only, and then you have to get another gun and you have to work all over again to get all those different attachments. The beta, I really wish it would have been a bit more polished. I find this hard to believe that DICE and EA felt comfortable releasing this as a public beta. My personal blame goes on Microsoft, because apparently they refused the first beta package. It's not explained what was in the first beta package, but we got stuck with this one. There was tons of bugs and glitches. Name a few. The hit detection was pretty fantastic. I would see where my bullets are going and they'd hit the target where I'd be aiming. It was pretty damn good. The hit notification though, I wouldn't know when I'd be getting shot almost ever. I rarely knew when I was getting shot, and by the time you noticed, you was already too late usually. The connections to the game seem to be pretty good, but it's hard to tell. It's a friggin' beta. Come on. There are, of course, several graphic glitches and motion glitches, but that even comes with full retail games. I mean, you look at Halo or Call of Duty or, even Fallout. There's tons and tons of graphic glitches, because you just can't cover everything. Glitches and graphics aside, though, the core gameplay is pretty damn fun. It's obvious they had a well-constructed idea of where they wanted to go and what they wanted to do with the game. Like I said, PC users were allowed the two maps, Caspian Border and Operation Metro, whereas console users, like me, were kind of shafted and only got Operation Metro. Operation Metro was infantry versus infantry only, and it was pretty, I guess, campy? It wouldn't be campy, it was very choke pointy, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. It's very full, it was choke pointy. A good defending team could just set up on like 3 or 4 choke points in a given area and just cut off the entire attacking team and just drop kill you the entire time. But I'm not saying spawn kill because you're not spawning and dying, I'm saying dropping, because you actually drop in through these holes and you get killed. Because they're just all sitting there or just waiting for you. I mean, it would take 2 people per choke point, 1 sniper and 1 like LMG guy, to just completely demolish a choke point. And it got really frustrating after a while, which is why I didn't like the beta at first. I did eventually enjoy it later, though. The map design was good. I can bitch about Operation Metro all I want, but it is a good map. The design was very good. It features a ton of hidey holes, lots of entrances to one room or area, and plenty of good cover spots. My main problem was I didn't know the map at first. You have to know the map, otherwise you will be killed repeatedly. Battlefield is definitely not a run-and-gun game, no matter how close quarters a map is. Can't tell you much about Caspian Border, seeing as it's on PC, and I don't play Battlefield on PC. So, I'd say overall the beta was enjoyable, but it wasn't fun. It was enjoyable to the point I was very excited for the release, October 25th, of the Battlefield 3. But at the same time, I was also very frustrated at the fact that DICE released this very, very unfinished public product. I guess you can't really call it a product, but, you know, if you're gonna... It felt like it was still in alpha stages. It really felt very unpolished. And yeah, a bunch are probably going to say, oh, it's just a beta. Doesn't matter. You make something public, you need a good first impression. I seriously doubt DICE was comfortable releasing this beta as their first hello world for Battlefield 3. I seriously doubt that. But it happened, so whatever. The core gameplay is there, mechanics are there, the progression system is there. Just wasn't quite enough of a finished product to make it public just yet. That's my point. It certainly turned a lot of people off of the game, but turned a lot of people onto it as well. I definitely was personally made more excited for the full retail release, October 25th, 2011. Of course, including that my hopes and dreams that all these glitches and bugs and crap are fixed by the time the game is fully released. They gave us enough new toys to play around with, but left the big guns for release. No pun intended. I just wish it had been a tad bit more polished before making the beta public. Other than that, it has a great core element and would recommend giving Battlefield 3 beta a try, even though it's over. And definitely Battlefield 3 on release. I'll make sure to keep you posted on the full release, and I'll make a review for the full game when it comes out this October. Battlefield 3 beta, 5.5 out of 10. BigZ signing out.